Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Historical Humans Reacts. And today we're bringing you a hidden treasure of sorts. Terrible puns aside, Colin, do you just want to jump us into it? Let's jump right at it.
Sure. Archaeologists from the Svent István Karali Museum, I'm sure I'm butchering that,
Hmm.
have found some Bronze Age cemeteries in Hungary. They were performing some surveys ahead of the construction of a motorway, which is European for a highway or an interstate that we might refer to in the United States here. And while they were doing this, they found a cemetery of eight burials, including one of a very young woman. They estimate 20 years or less, that was just absolutely covered in metal. We've got rings on every finger. We've got gold and bronze, every facet of jewelry you could possibly imagine. All of it very ornate.
She was just blinged out.
Mhm.
She was just decked out in jewels and metals. Well, mainly metals, right?
It's largely metal. It doesn't. There's not a lot of jewels. It's more precious and semi-precious metals such as gold and bronze. Uh, they've got hair bands, rings, torques, armlets, uh, just basically any sort of jewel. Anywhere you could put jewelry, she had jewelry.
Wow, and apparently they found the site by using metal detecting survey and was just used to mark out where metal could be. So I guess that's one of the benefits to being decked out in all the metal is
Yeah,
they're just going do 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 do
they
do 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 do.
yeah they beach they beach bummed this one and it worked out great. It worked out great.
To be fair, you actually on some surveys will use a metal detector because it can help you find historic metals quite easy.
Yeah, as it did here, because the burials in question are from the ninth or 10th century, so they're about 1,000 years old. And they go all the way back to the Arpad period of Hungary, which is really long time ago.
Like 1100 years if not more.
Yeah, it's about 1,000 years back. Um, the big concern with this article is that the motorway is oncoming, and as fascinating as this burial is, it needs to get chopped up lickety split. And the archaeologists involved are, of course, very concerned that we found these. There's probably a lot more where we're about to start digging.
Yeah, so this, for those of you playing at home, is also kind of interesting because this is where 90% of archaeology actually happens. It's what's referred to as like salvage archaeology, or in the United States, it's cultural resource management, where effectively any time government projects, construction happens, you need to do archaeology survey to make sure things like these don't get run into or destroyed. So this is a part of a oncoming construction project with the M100 motorway. There's other projects, like I know England has a really extensive salvage program that comes up with these incredible finds almost daily, it feels like.
Yeah.
We have them in the US. They're just a lot of their literature and a lot of their publishings are not made visibly public unless you have access or know where to look.
Yeah. Yeah. Additionally, the US has always been a little more spread out than as opposed to a lot of the more densely populated areas like the British, where if we're going to go anywhere, we're going to have to dig through something that was densely inhabited before us.
Yeah, that's kind of the downside to these vastly inhabited locations. Like the US, there is a risk of running into sites and villages, but it wasn't nearly as dense as it was in Europe or in
Yeah.
some parts of Asia where you literally just slice into the earth and you see this layer cake of just civilizations.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the image from Jerusalem?
I don't think I've seen that particular image, Justin.
Okay, it basically, I'll have to see if I can find it to show you, but it's a layer. It's like a 10-foot layer of the stratigraphy of the city, and you could see where the old city lay, where it was built up on higher and higher and higher, just because it's been inhabited for so long.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. I think that is the case with a lot of Europe. Out here, it's a relatively rural site because they are putting a highway through it as opposed to other building projects, which is probably why they were able to find such a rich and undisturbed grave. Uh, yeah, I think that's a good point to sign off for our viewers.
Yeah. If you guys enjoyed watching this video, be sure to leave a like and to subscribe. And if there's any topic that you want us to cover, be sure to leave a comment down below. Participate with us. We love talking to you guys in the comments. So, let us know your thoughts. And on that glorious bombshell, we'll see you guys next week for another React video.